Quincy, welcome to Different Treatment.
Appreciate it.
How's your life in Ioannina so far?
No, it's my life so far in Iωαννίνων is really good. I'm able to have my wife and my dog here, so having family here and being able to go home to someone I love and obviously my dog makes things a lot easier. And the organization has done a really good job of setting me up in a place where I'm comfortable. So I'm very thankful for a club like Vikos.
28 in the first game, 27 in the second. Mm-hmm. Pretty safe to say that you adapted pretty quick to the league.
Yeah, I think the style of basketball that I play adapts, just about everywhere. I play hard. Mm-hmm. I'm not afraid to say that I'm wired to score. That's what I do.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm a scorer, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But I think a lot of it comes from just trusting the system. Understanding that our guards take a lot of pressure off of me, and our bigs do a great job of establishing physicality down low. So my job becomes a lot easier. So a lot of the credit goes to a lot of my teammates and obviously the coaching staff putting me in situations where they know that I'll thrive. Okay,
so I'll take you a little bit back to tell us about your hometown. Mm-hmm. It's Oshkosh, I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Wisconsin. How did basketball first come to your life? From what age?
So I grew up a younger brother. My brother is 7 years older than I am. So I grew up traveling with him to all of his tournaments and all of his games. Obviously, I had friends at that time that were getting into basketball too, but my dad was an athlete. My dad played American football. And then
which team did you support?
I'm a Packer fan.
Okay,
I'm a Packer fan through and through. I will always be a Packer fan.
I'll take that.
But yeah, so I grew up following my brother around, watching him play basketball and other sports, and then I tried every other sport as well. My parents did a really good job of making sure I was diverse in the amount of sports that I was playing, just to see which one really stuck. And at the end of the day, it was basketball, but I probably started playing basketball from the time I was 4. Okay.
That was the next question. Do you remember the first time you realized that basketball is your goal?
I think I realized basketball was what I was best at when I was probably in 5th grade. Okay. That's when I had initially made a team, and at the time it was pretty serious. My high school had a really good feeder program, we called it, and they did a really good job of finding kids that were young, elementary school age, and investing in them very early. And I had a coaching staff even then that had really done a good job of investing in me and making sure I was doing the right things, and that's kind of when I realized that basketball was for me.
So what was the transition like, going from college hoops straight to the European reality, if I should say?
Very different. I like to enjoy life outside of basketball as well, so part of getting used to things was just figuring out where I stand in the world, So last year I was in the Netherlands, and just understanding life is very different in the Netherlands. I had never been there, didn't really know much about it truly, and I come to really appreciate it. I found a lot of things that I love about the Netherlands. So part of it is obviously just adapting off the floor as well as on the floor. That honestly might have been easier because at the end of the day, basketball is basketball. It's a universal language, But I think a lot of it is just being able to take it in, appreciate it for what it is. It's not better or worse, it's just different, and that's what I like to tell people. And I think once you kind of shift to that type of perspective, you can really gain an appreciation for it. And there's obviously a lot of respect there too. So even coming to Greece, it's very different than the United States, different than the Netherlands. So I had to take a step back and kind of just appreciate Greece for what it is, the basketball culture for what it is, and I've come to love it.
So you told us about Greece. If someone told you a few years ago that you would come and play basketball in Greece, what would you respond to them?
Truly, I'd probably believe them. I had known that this was a dream of mine, this was a passion that I was going to pursue professionally. And Greece is obviously well known for basketball. It's a country that I had wanted to play in years ago even. So if somebody told me I was playing in Greece, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be very happy. I'd be excited. So I'm just thankful that I'm here now.
So is there any player who has inspired you playing basketball?
Definitely my brother. Yeah. It's close to home, obviously, but my brother, a very different basketball player, a couple inches shorter than I am, but was more of a point guard. But just watching my brother's tenacity, the way he played hard, even at a young age, the way he was able to shoot the ball. Yeah. And he was the toughest player I ever had to guard, especially when he was in his prime. He was impossible to guard, and I think he really did a good job of establishing a standard for me. And from then on, I had always just wanted to be like him. And then, once I got through high school and I started to realize that I had a possible, career in basketball, he was obviously my biggest fan, and that meant the world to me. So that just even, pushed me even harder. And as I got better and better, he just became my biggest fan, and that's all I ever wanted. So.
Your one-on-ones on the back of the garage.
Hey, I'll tell you, that's the only fist fight I've ever been in was with my brother during a game of one-on-one, and my dad watched from the garage. So yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know.
Your dad didn't separate you.
No, my dad thought it was good for character, and so. But yeah, for sure.
Talking about physicality, especially in this league, how do you like that side of play?
I like it because I think the physical side of things also plays into the mental side of things. If you're able to wear down somebody physically, mentally they don't want to deal with you anymore. So that's something that's kind of unique to Greek basketball so far that I've seen is like there's a lot of physicality, but I feel like I'm also able to use my athleticism to work around that sometimes, and that's a benefit to me obviously. But so far I love it, and even last year I kind of got a taste of it in the Netherlands and Belgium. Basketball is different all around the world, but at the end of the day, it becomes a simple game.
It's just basketball, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit for Vikos Falcons, your team. What's your role? Okay, and what goals do you guys have, and as a team, and you personal goals?
I think our goal is plain and simple: is to win every single day. And I say every single day because we have to win in practice too. We can't just win on Saturday. That's not how this works, So we have to be able to come in here every day, work hard, win the day.
And your practice before this interview was very, very intense.
Yeah.
And I feel what you're saying right now.
Yeah, even for a day before the game, things are very intense.
Not even a day, 20 hours before the game.
But that's the standard that we set ourselves to. We're not trying to be middle of the pack. Our focus is to win this league, and in order to do that, we have to win every single day, not just on Saturdays. So I think a goal of ours is obviously just to win, plain and simple. And however we have to do that, that's fine with us. Obviously, that requires a lot of attention to detail. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of toughness, and it requires a lot of things that other teams and other people just don't want to do. But I think we have a good group of guys, and I think we have a group of guys that are willing to do that in every facet.
So, do you have any pre-game routines, like music? You're getting your mindset right. What's your 30 minutes before the game?
Honestly, man, I am not very superstitious. I don't really have a pregame routine. At this point in my life, I trust what I do. I trust my work. I trust the preparation that I put in the week before. And game day is really just my opportunity to just go put it out there and let everyone see, what I've been working on. So I guess my pregame routine is throughout the entire week. It's not just 30 minutes before the game, it's the entire week of work.
So at the start of this interview, you talked about your wife and your kids and your dog.
Just my wife and dog. I do not have kids yet. No kids yet. No kids yet. No, it's okay. It's okay.
That's not your wife's question. So, who has supported you the most throughout this journey, this difficult journey? Because you are American, you came to the other side of the ocean. It's pretty tough, I would assume.
Man, it's a long list of people, honestly. But my main support system is definitely just my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my wife. But even more than that, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't get enough recognition that I should, definitely give shout-outs to. But like I said, it's a long list. But I'm making sure I do a good job of trying to reach out to people every day back home that, I don't talk to every day. But I'd say, my mom, dad, brother, and my wife are definitely my main support system. I talk to them every day. I see my wife every day, obviously. But even just being across the ocean, like I try and make sure I speak to my family every day because they're the people that got me here.
So how does it feel to play that far from your home? Obviously, your wife is along you, but your brother, your parents are not. How is that mentally to you, and how you work through it?
It's a little rough. I'm one that kind of advocates for mental health, and I won't shy away from the fact that, it's very hard at times. Last year was much harder because I was by myself, and it was my first year, so trying to adapt to that was probably the toughest part about it all. Honestly, the best way to look at it for me was to understand that, everyone has things going on in their life. My family, they work. My brother, he works. They all have things. My brother just had a kid, so everyone.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm an uncle now, but everyone has things going on in their life, and as long as we can maintain happiness and a sense of family around that, I'm perfectly okay with that. And my parents and my brother are, I'm very fortunate for them to be as involved as they are in my life. So, there was opportunity for them to come visit me last year. Again, this year they'll probably come visit. So I don't take those moments for granted, whenever I do get to see them. And as a family unit, we do a great job, I think, of supporting each other.
That's great, man. So what's the biggest life lesson basketball had taught you so far?
I think, so the biggest life lesson in terms of basketball came from my dad. He pretty much said, if you're the best player in the gym, you need to find a new gym. And pretty much, just saying that, like, you should always be trying to challenge yourself, be willing to be vulnerable in certain settings, be willing to learn from different people. And I think that's something that I really took to heart, especially in college, and, it propelled me into a professional career. So that's the best piece of advice I got. No question. Predictions. NBA champion? I gotta go with the Milwaukee Bucks.
NFL.
I gotta go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm a Bucks fan. My current address is in Milwaukee. I live in Milwaukee right now, and I got a friend that's on the Bucks, and AJ Green. He just signed an extension, so shout out AJ.
Solid player, man.
I'm always gonna be a Bucks fan, but above the Bucks is the Packers. I'm a Packers. You will never ever get me to not be a Packers fan.
Okay.
I'm from 45 minutes south of Green Bay, and it's just natural that I'm a cheesehead. So I'm rocking with Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs and
we'll take that.
Matt LaFleur. So I'm a Wisconsin guy.
Okay. Quinn, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a great season.
Thank you.
Without injuries, of course.
Yes, sir.
And your personal and your team goals to be fully done. Thank you, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. It was nice meeting y'all. Sure, I'll see you.